I'm Pete Cantor, I'm the Mayor of Plainsboro Township, and I want to welcome you to another Spotlight Special. Today, we're in the Princeton Meadows Shopping Center. This will be the first of what ultimately will be 4 of these specials, focusing on the business community in Plainsboro, particularly the retail community. So we're here today. We thought it would be appropriate to start with the oldest shopping center in Plainsboro Township. This was founded in 1984. And I have with me today Ed Yates, who is our Community Development Liaison from the Township Committee. He's been on Township Committee for the last 12 years and been a resident for 24 years. And welcome, Eddie.
Thank you, Peter.
I have Alan Bensky, who's the proprietor and owner of Princeton Meadows Opticians. Is that right, or is it optical? Optical, I guess, these days. Okay.
Yep.
Now, I should know that, but I think it's changed names over the years. Alan was one of the original operators here in the shopping center. Your tenure goes back how many years, Alan?
28 years, it sounds like.
20, almost as long as I've been mayor, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So it's great.
Well, I guess we have to keep him in town then.
It's been a pleasure to be here at Plainsboro for that long.
Well, that's great. It was great to have you, and as you know, I'm a frequent visitor. I lose my glasses, destroy my glasses, sit on my glasses, so I'm a frequent visitor to your shop over the years. This is an interesting center, and I thought maybe if you could comment on some of the mixed attendants that are here in the Princeton Meadows Shopping Center.
Well, through the time when we started, it was certainly a lot different. The mix of people that are living in Plainsboro is a little bit different. We are very proud that my children go to school here in West Windsor, and that the culture they get and from all sides of the schooling corresponds to the people that live here. It's a great place to bring up your family, and of course business will follow that. It has been originally a very convenient center, and through the years you see that it is adapted to what the community is, with the different food and establishments that we have a mix. It's a nice mix. It does speak for the community.
Yeah, we're very proud of that. I'm curious as to where has your customer base shifted over the years, or is there a lot of that customer base coming from the local community or surrounding communities? And
well, I believe when we first started, this was a very transient area with the apartments that a lot of people lived, professionals. You know, people come to me and they say, well, everyone lived in Plainsboro at one time because they started here. The professionals that work in New York. I know in my business, weekends are very busy because a lot of people that are commuting, and that was one time. And now, you know, you see families that I have got to know grow up here, and they've changed. The kids have grown up and they've done different things, and new families are moving in. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing a lot of families today from the different cultures that live here, and I'm proud that we're able to service them, and they seem to love coming to the center. So
I suspect that the customer base, client base, is kind of representative of all the business here, that they're drawing from the local community, and they've changed over time, that community has changed in nature over time.
Yeah, I think it's an indication. Yeah. You know, in business, especially in retail, as you know, it's become, you know, it's trying, but if you have a business that people want and need to visit, then your success rate is going to be in a higher percentage.
Well, that's good. Eddie, you've been here for 24 years.
24 years.
You're the
yes,
junior member of this.
Yes, I am.
Been on the Township Committee for 12 years and served on the Planning Board during that entire time. So you've seen a lot of change too. You want to talk a little bit about that change that you've seen?
Yeah, there's been tremendous change within the township. As Alan had said, it's a very diverse community, and we're very proud of that diversity. And I agree with Alan. It's a great place culturally to bring up your children and to go to school here. But there is still change coming to Plainsboro. There's a new hospital being built, which we commissioned, as you know, Pete, we commissioned an economic study to see what that hospital would do, and it's a tremendous benefit to the region and to the township economically, and we think the businesses will thrive even further once that hospital is up and running and the people are coming into Plainsboro to use the facilities at the medical center and the other offices that are going to support that.
There's a lot of excitement in the retail community here about the advent of that hospital.
I believe there is, yes.
And it's not just a hospital, it's a comprehensive development of that site, which is going to bring a ton of jobs into this town. And that's great for Plainsboro. We hope for the retail community as well as
and it's also amazing in these economic times that we have that type of development going on in Plainsboro. But it's just, it shows what a great town it is and how well we're doing here. And one of the other projects that we're proud of is going to be the second phase of the road calming project, which is going to come right in front of the shopping center here. We're going to see the first phase was done several years ago with the medians, and it's an effort to slow down the traffic and to make it a more pedestrian-friendly neighborhood. And that's going to be starting rather shortly. It's out to bid now, and I believe we'll be awarding that contract very shortly and hoping to break ground in the early fall, and depending on how the weather goes, maybe complete that project by early spring or so. So we'll see how that goes. But that should be a big boost to this center also with that. It's just going to clean up the area and make it look a lot more pedestrian-friendly and a lot more beautiful to look at when you're coming by.
It's going to be not only pretty but functional. We're
Yes,
adding
very
sidewalks
functional.
and other things which are really going to be an asset, I think. And we're
Crosswalks.
delighted to do that. I think it's going to really help the business environment here as well, and as helped the entire community, so we're proud of that. I can't help but notice, Alan, and have noticed over time, that there's been a recent facelift here in the shopping center. It really has changed rather dramatically, and I guess maybe if you could comment on what the impact that's had here and how you view it.
Well, certainly it's been a very positive advantage that we have at this shopping center. You know, people want to go to a place that looks good, they feel good. You know, people have been coming in and commenting on how nice it looks, and I think they feel good about coming to a place that has the latest and greatest things that this shopping center has. And it's been many years, and then I think it was a much needed facelift, but I think that it has been a very positive thing for the community.
It does. You can see that. I mean, it really feels good,
Yeah, it feels
actually,
good.
here. It really does
Absolutely.
feel good. In general, I know it's been a very trying and difficult time for a lot of retail, in not just here, but throughout the state and country, for that matter. I guess I'm curious as to how it's holding up here. How's business holding up in general within the center and that you're aware of? Is it going reasonably well? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're all private business men and women in this shopping center, and that, you know, I think we have an advantage that we can move quickly and change where the other big places and the box places can't do. And as a private businessman or woman, we can see what people need and adapt to it. You know, I could tell you through my business, again, you know, if there is a need, people are going to go to a place they feel that they're going to be accommodated and satisfy their needs. And I think if you really look at the mix here, I think there are a lot of great places to eat, services, some new places that are coming in, and I think this shopping center's future is going to be around for a long time.
I hope so, and I hope it continues to be successful.
Thank
Is there anything, while we're on that, is there anything that you could suggest that we can do to help you meet those challenges as a retail in the retail community?
Well, you know, as Ed just said, I think a lot of the things that you're going to do to the community, as far as the sidewalks and the road getting easier in, easier out, people walking through the communities. You know, you find a lot of people walk here, and making it easier to get here would certainly would help everyone and to make it safe for all of them.
Well, that's been a focus of our attention, to try to create better pedestrian pathways, bicycle pathways in the community, and it's been something that's been going on for a number of years, and I think it's culminating now in some of the newer projects, and we're proud of that. And we hope it does serve a need for the business community as well as the pedestrians and the people who live in Plainsboro.
And you know, if you look at the amount of people that are living here in Plainsboro, it's a nice community where people tend to stay. They want to stay in their community and get the services that they need. So the hospital has, as you said, has created a lot of excitement. We're looking forward to see what's going to happen in years to come with the hospital. It's certainly going to bring more people to Plainsboro.
Yeah, I think you're right, and we're hopeful that is reflected in a very positive environment for the business community. You mentioned before, and something I want to emphasize, that this shopping center it's kind of a vibrant shopping center but it also represents, I think, is representative of this community in general. I think you mentioned that. We're very proud of the diversity that's represented here. We have Indian restaurants, we have new Thai restaurant, we have Chinese establishments here, Italian establishments, bagel shops. So it really does, I think, represent a broad cross-section of what this community is about, and something that we're very proud of, and that's the diversity in Plainsboro Township. I'm delighted you could join us today, and I think after our conversation today, I think we're adding a new line to my talking about Plainsboro. Not only is it a great place to work, to live, but also increasingly a great place to shop. So I thank you for being with us. Ed Yates, great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
Joining us. Alan Bensky, great to have you and talk about your business community here.
Pleasure being
And
here.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today in this Spotlight special, and look forward to joining you again in the near future with a new Spotlight special. So thanks again.
Princeton Meadows Shopping Center is home to many great retail stores, services, and restaurants, including the Asian Market, Silk Cut Salon, Big Bazaar, South Asian Grocery, AT&T Wireless Channels, Dental Illuminations, Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, Hot Breads, Al John's Grill, Pizzeria and Restaurant, Rong Tiam, Bangkok Way of Cooking, New Kaya Salon, Subway Restaurant, Taru's Dry Cleaning, Kumon Learning Center, Meadows Optical, Crown of India, Exotic Indian Cuisine and Banquet, and Bagel Street Grill.